Why should anybody believe what you believe?
There are a million different reasons
Give us your best one.
Not just that God is real, but that Christianity is the only way to God.
Just give us your best reason.
What's the best reason?
Well, it's sort of what exactly am I trying to demonstrate here? It's just this.
Why are you a Christian? What is the main reason why you are a Christian?
Well, there's a lot of evidence that the Bible was divinely inspired.
Such as?
There is prophecy.
No, such as. So where is? Give us a piece of evidence that shows that the Bible is divinely inspired.
Okay, the Bible says things about nature that weren't widely known at the time.
How do you know? And what? Like, give me an example first of all.
Well,
because we're talking about a book
on carm.org.
Oh no. First of all, Matt Slick's called in. The nonsense at carm.org has been refuted I don't know how many times. But we're talking about a book that, if you actually take it literally, do you think the world is 6,000 to 10,000 years old?
Well, there's a lot of interpretation.
That's an easy yes or no question. Do you think the world is closer to 6,000 to 10,000 years old, or closer to 3.5 billion years old?
Well, I guess if you take it literally, yeah, the world is closer to 6,000 to 10,000 years old.
Matt asked you specifically what you believe. Because we're trying to get at what is the main reason why you're a Christian, and you're dancing all around. Why can't you tell us?
If you listen back to the way you just answered to that, or tried to answer, or actually tried to avoid answering that last question, all I was asking was what you think, and we were going to go from there. But I'm happy enough with your answer that yes, a literal view would make it 6,000 to 10,000 years old. So clearly, either you think it's 6,000 to 10,000 years old, or you're not completely a literalist. But irrespective of what your position is, do you at least acknowledge that all of the scientific evidence points to an Earth that is vastly older than 6,000 to 10,000 years old?
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Okay, so how do you reconcile?
It doesn't prove there's no God.
You're right. Did I say it? I'm not saying that proves there's no God. What I'm saying is, here's something we've learned about the universe, and it doesn't match with your literal view of the Bible. Now, there's a conflict there, and we need to resolve that. And some people resolve it in favor of the Bible, saying the Bible's absolutely right, and ignore whatever actual evidence is presented there. I find that to be patently absurd, because it turns Christianity into a self-contradictory proposition, which is, and so, by the way, does the entire idea of a revelation in the New Testament. Because your position, to the extent that I understand it, because you haven't got a straight answer yet, is one where there is a God who has an important message for mankind. And somehow, he only reveals it to certain individuals who then write this down, and thousands of years after this initial revelation, we have to rely on copies of translations of copies by anonymous authors with no originals, and the textual testimony to a miracle, for example, the loaves and fishes, there's no amount of reports, anecdotal testimonial reports, that could be sufficient to justify believing that this event actually happened as reported. No amount. And anything that would qualify as a